Welcome, everyone. Today, we're diving into a powerful topic: the psychology of distance, silence, and the power men don't realize they have. Before you give up, I want you to read this carefully. If you apply what I'm about to tell you, you'll rise into a position most men never reach. The truth is simple. Most men fail because they react emotionally, too fast, too much. And that's exactly what destroys the attraction that was still salvageable. So, what if instead of chasing, begging, or losing your self-respect, you could turn everything in your favor? But what if I told you that this moment, this painful, confusing, frustrating moment, is actually your greatest opportunity? And instantly you might think, it's over. She pulls away, she acts distant, she stops responding the way she used to. Most men walk away too early, give up before anything real has been tested, assuming they've already lost the battle before the war has even started. Today, we'll explore how understanding distance, silence, and that hidden power can change everything in your relationships. When you make the mistake of overextending yourself, attraction begins to die. She stops trying, and instead, they try twice as much to get your attention. She gets distant, and suddenly they're the ones chasing her. She pulls back, and instead of pulling back with her, you push harder. And this is where most men ruin everything. Because attraction isn't about constant availability. It's actually fueled by emotions, tension, and that feeling of uncertainty. Not by always being there, always responding, always giving. When you're always available, she starts to stop valuing what she doesn't have to earn. She needs space to feel something again. Women naturally test how you respond to emotional shifts. Do you panic? Do you seek reassurance? Do you overreact? Or do you stay calm, grounded, and unshaken? Your response here truly determines everything. Because she's subconsciously testing your emotional control. In the beginning, you were a mystery, a challenge. But now, she knows exactly how you feel, and that makes the dynamic predictable. And predictability kills attraction. When she stops feeling the chase, it's not just about her waking up and deciding she's done. It's a process, psychological phases that lead her to feel distant. She might think she doesn't care anymore, or she met someone else, or she's losing interest. When she becomes distant, most men panic. And in that panic, they create stories in their heads. Stories about why she's pulling away in the first place. But understanding these core points is key to maintaining attraction and connection. Now let's talk about the power of controlled distance. At this moment, she begins to feel a sense of regret, and that's when something unexpected happens. The other person, the man, holds his position. He doesn't chase after her or try to force a response. Instead, he stays grounded, calm, and composed. This kind of reaction sends a clear signal. I'm in full control. I value myself. Most men, unfortunately, fail this test instantly. They react emotionally, chase, or become desperate, which can signal a lack of options or emotional control. But the rare ones, those who pass this test, respond differently. They stay steady, and every reaction they give communicates confidence and self-assurance. For example, if she ignores them and they text again, they don't panic. If she replies slowly and they ask what's wrong, they remain calm. If she cancels plans, they don't chase or reschedule immediately. They stay composed. This behavior raises important questions. Is he truly a high-value man with options? Does he have emotional control? Will he chase her, or will he stay grounded? Will he panic or remain confident? Now she's observing silently, without saying a word. When a woman starts to pull away, it's often a subconscious test, an instinctual response rather than a deliberate or strategic move. It's her way of assessing whether he can handle the distance and maintain control. This silent test, this subtle push, is something most men don't even realize is happening. But understanding it is crucial, because it reveals whether a man truly exudes confidence and emotional mastery. This is the moment you stop giving freely, and that's when she starts missing you. You might notice her asking, is he talking to someone else? Or did he lose interest? She could be wondering, why isn't he reacting? And that's exactly what you want. Once you do this, her psychology flips. You become less predictable, less available, less reactive. It's important to prioritize yourself. Don't adjust your life around her. Don't like her posts, don't text her first, just pull back. That's why the most powerful move you can make is strategic withdrawal. This taps into human psychology. When something is always available, we start to take it for granted. But when it disappears, we begin to crave it. Women don't fall in love with presence alone. They fall in love with absence. And here's the key point most men never understand. Women fall in love with absence. It's about creating that space where she starts missing you, where her feelings can grow. You want a woman who chooses you because she values you, not because you begged or chased her constantly. A woman who leaves and never comes back can actually save you years of emotional labor. Because honestly, you don't want someone who stays only when you're the one doing all the chasing. If she walks away forever, in a way, she's doing you a favor. Here's a truth that most men tend to avoid. If she never comes back, that's a clear sign about respect. Respect is built through boundaries and understanding that if she leaves, she's making her choice. So make her work for your attention again. Make her invest. Make her feel the distance she created. And if she disappears for a week and then suddenly messages you with a simple "hey," don't jump at the chance to reconcile right away. Respond calmly, not eagerly. Stay neutral if she reaches out. If she's distant, pull back. And if she pulls back, the right move is to match her energy. Remember, attraction isn't just verbal, it's emotional. When she questions, "Did I do something wrong?" or says, "I care about you," or "I'm here for you," don't rush to fix things with words. Instead, focus on the emotional connection. Men often try to fix emotional distance by over-explaining or chasing with words. But what you should do instead is give space, stay calm, and let her feel the natural distance. That's how respect and genuine attraction are built. That's when the shift begins, and suddenly she feels it in her chest. No message, no reaction, no attention. But then days pass, then weeks. At first, she doesn't feel it. She assumes you'll return like you always do. This is a reset of emotional power, a space for desire, uncertainty, and mystery to grow. But silence creates a powerful dynamic. Most men tend to over-explain, over-text, over-pursue, but silence is actually power. Silence is not weakness. Silence is not manipulation. Silence is not avoidance. It's a deliberate tool, a way to assert control and create intrigue. The power of silence lies in its ability to shift the dynamic and keep someone on their toes. That question alone, "Did I misjudge him?" can trigger a storm of emotions she wasn't really prepared for. It makes her start to wonder, is he actually done? And then second-guess herself with thoughts like, "Did I misjudge him?" Or "Did I push too far?" She might even wonder, "Why isn't he reacting?" And this is where things get interesting. When you choose to remain silent instead of giving in to emotional chaos, you disrupt her entire expectation of how he should behave. Because most women expect men to always be available, to chase, to respond immediately. But when you don't chase and instead hold your silence, it challenges those assumptions. Most men chase because they're afraid of losing her, and many break first because they can't handle the distance. They feel the pressure and respond accordingly. Women often underestimate you until you go silent. They assume you'll always be there, always available. But when you step back and stay calm, it shifts the dynamic completely. It forces her to reconsider her assumptions and realize that your silence has a powerful, unspoken message. So have I lost him? That's what she's really trying to figure out. It's not casual, it's not random. It's a test. But here, the key part, maybe she liked that photo you posted, or maybe she sent a random "hey" just to see if you'd respond. Sometimes she reacts to something just to keep checking your response. She starts going through old messages, posts, stories, her online activity, you name it. She's looking for clues, trying to gauge where you stand. And eventually, she cracks. Why? Because your absence becomes louder than your presence ever was. That's when she begins watching you again more than before. And here's the important part. She checks her phone more often now. She revisits old conversations, compares you to other men. She's trying to understand your feelings. The silence becomes heavy, no attention, no call, no text. But then she convinces herself he always texts, or he'll text soon. At first, she feels relieved, like she's holding on to that hope. She believes that your absence is just temporary and that you'll reach out again. That moment, the moment she feels your absence, is actually a turning point in her mind. And you won the game by walking away with self-respect. Then you just learned she was never meant to stay. If she doesn't, if she truly values you, she'll show it, not through words but through effort. Let her prove her intentions through consistent action. Don't give instant validation. Don't drop everything. Stay composed. Stay grounded. Instead, what often happens is she loses interest again. And they welcome her back instantly, becoming emotionally excited, dropping all boundaries. This is where most men fail again. So, how do you handle the moment she returns? It's about maintaining your confidence and boundaries. Don't fall back into old patterns of desperation or eagerness. Stay true to yourself and let her earn your trust again through her actions. That's the key to keeping your self-respect intact and building something genuine. They hold on. When you become that man, women don't pull away. You see, you don't win a woman by chasing her. No, you win by becoming the man who never needs to chase in the first place. Because here's the truth. Let your silence and your growth speak for you. It's about improving yourself, your appearance, your mindset, and your direction. Elevate your lifestyle, build your discipline, focus on your goals, and above all, level up. If she lets you down, don't chase, don't beg, and don't collapse. The real power is in your ability to stay composed and keep growing. Remember, don't chase, level up. That's how you attract the right energy and the right people into your life. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, and in doing so, the right woman will naturally be drawn to you.